A very good evening to all my dear students. Welcome for today's second session of Management and Administration. Good evening, Ishan, Priyanka, Soumya, Almas, Priya, Dhanush, Kushi Mehra. Welcome to the class, all of you students. And the students who have joined us on the portal, a very warm welcome to the class, each one of you. So I hope you have revised what we have done in the previous class, and Ishan has come up with a doubt also. Yes, definitely it means the index only. That's correct. Asta Sethi has also given us a doubt, and Soumya says yes ma'am, revised everything. That's great. So first we will be having a quick revision of what we have done in the previous class, and then we will be proceeding ahead. Let me see who all are there with us on the portal also. All right. Just 2-3 students. Okay. All right. So what have we done in the previous class? We have discussed about registers. We have started a chapter of management and administration in which we were trying to understand that now we will be understanding how the company is managed, what is the procedure, how the meetings are held. So today's will be a very interesting topics we'll be doing regarding meetings, how the notice is sent for the meetings. I'll be asking you questions in between also. So let's have a quick recap of our previous class. That is, we started with registers under section 88 and how many members are necessary in order to have an index for a register maintained under MGT 1. 50. If I have exact 50, then also it is required. And Almas says more than 50. So 50 or more than 50, Mohammed Farhan. Absolutely correct. Yes, Somesh Singh, good evening and welcome to the class. Absolutely correct, Priyanka Pandey. It's 50 or more than 50. What is the meaning of any other interest in case of company not having share capital? Asta Sethi, we will refer to this point. You are asking in section 88, page 7.7, you have a doubt. Okay, I'll just open the study material. Then Asta, you remind us of this doubt. Okay. What is the first time taking your quiz? Okay. Yes, so Singh, correct answer, 50 or more than 50 index is required. What is the form number in which register of debenture holders and other securities are kept? Let's see in the buzzer round who is the first one to answer. MGT2, exactly. Ishan, Almas, Priyanka, Kushi. Kirubha, very good. Priyanka, Jayandra. Shifa, Bahanu, absolutely correct. MGT2. And what is MGT3 form used for? What is the form MGT3 applicable? Is it applicable to register of members, debenture holders, Indian registers or foreign register? Priyanshita, Rajveer, excellent all of you. Everyone has given the correct answer. And this makes me feel proud that my students have really revised. The huge content also gets simplified if you revise it. So revision is the only key to success. If you keep revising, you keep studying, it becomes very, very simple. Yes, Priya Mishra, for other security holders and debentures, it is MGT2. But specifically when we have the foreign residents residing in other country and we have our R over there, then we keep this register outside India. Then for all the members, debenture holders and other security holders, we have foreign register in the form of MGT3. And within how many days we need to file MGT3 with ROC? 30 days. Very good. तो इस चैप्टर में ज्यादातर 30 days वाली provision है, so it becomes easy to remember. Okay, so within how many days the transmission of the copy of entry made in foreign register shall be made to the principal register? Priyanka Pandey, excellent. First one to give the correct answer. Transmission of a copy of every entry has to be given to the RO office in 15 days. Asta Sethi, excellent. Jayandra, Kushi, Almas, Ishan, Soumya. So many of you, Rajveer, everybody has given the correct answer. And was there any penalty, children? Were you able to remember? Yes, good, Priyanka. That's great. So 3,50,000. Excellent, Rajveer Ray. So you have to write the penalties with respect to every section so that you are able to retain the information. Then children, section 89 was all about beneficial interest in any shares. If any member is holding any beneficial interest, he needs to disclose this interest by making a declaration, filing this declaration in how many days? In how many days the beneficial interest owner has to file the declaration with the company? In 30 days. And in how many days the company has to file it with the ROC? Within 30 days. So both the provision 88, 89 में हमें कुछ सोचना ही नहीं है, 30 days की provision है, as it is याद. But there was the section 89 which is not applicable to certain companies. Do you remember? Any trust which is created by dash or dash government. Okay, mutual funds. Very good. Other funds as specified by SEBI and venture capital funds. So Soumya Almas have given the correct answer for this one. Others are still thinking. Priya Mishra, good. And then was the penalty. Penalty, I assumed you all are learning. Then section 90, SBO. Who was SBO? Significant beneficial owner. He's holding directly or indirectly, means either directly or with somebody else. Together he is holding at least 10% of the share capital, or 10% of the voting rights in the shares, or at least 10% of the distributable dividend he's having, or he's exercising significant influence. Then he's said to be a significant beneficial owner. What was the application of significant beneficial owner? Have we discussed about the forms to be submitted? Meanwhile, I'm opening the study material. Please answer me. What were the forms to be submitted by SBO? And I want all of you to answer this one correctly. Excellent, excellent. Somebody is saying MGT 4. Somebody is saying it's BEN form, beneficiary forms. So are you sure about what you're writing? Yes? Is MGT visible on the screen? Can you see my study material? All right. So we did over here all the forms that you have to file in case you are a significant beneficial owner. First is the definition that you have to learn. So majority of the stake that you're holding, directly or indirectly, they have given you the meaning, how the shares in the reporting company individually are holding or along with somebody else. Indirectly means when with a body corporate or HUF or partnership, you're holding the money. After that, we did all these forms. What was BEN 4? Okay, but first let's complete those BEN 1 and BEN 2. So every person who is a significant beneficial owner will file form BEN 1 within 30 days. That is what we have done. The company will file BEN 2 in 30 days. Why we did 30 days? Because we learned over here that any changes that has been made has to be filed within a period of 30 days. So BEN 1 in 30 days, BEN 2 in 30 days. And individual who become SBO has to give a declaration in BEN 1 in 30 days. So this is the provision that we have learned over here. Then we did the cases of non-applicability. Then there was a penalty exemption is given to government company. After that, we did about BEN 4. What was BEN 4, children? If the person who is the significant beneficial owner, he fails to give the declaration, he has not told the company, then company will send BEN 4 asking him to confirm. When the person fails to give the company information which is required to be given, then BEN 4 will be sent to him. And who is going to take the action? Tribunal is going to take. Very good. Application to tribunal is made by the company. Excellent. Priya Mishra, Soumya, Priyanka, Asta Sethi. Okay, Asta, you made a mistake of MGT4, so it is not MGT4. Ishan, you also. So I'll tell you where is MGT4. MGT4, 5 and 6 were for declaration under section 89, bacha. It was here. When you're giving a declaration under section 89, there we have done about MGT4 The registered owner is going to file. MGT5, the beneficial interest owner, and MGT6 is to be filed by the company with the ROC. I remember I made you write down notes, abbreviations on the side of these topics. Okay? So Ben 4 का क्या था? Ben 4 अगर आप फाइल करते हो and tribunal is satisfied that the beneficial owner has not disclosed his interest, then within how many days after giving a reasonable opportunity of being heard, within how many days he is going to pass the order? Within how many days he is going to pass the order? Within 60 days. Excellent. This is the only provision where we have somebody said 1 year. 60 days. Priyanka Pandey. Muhammad also said 30 days. Beta, har jagah 30 days nahi, 60 days. Okay. So the only provision we had over here is that is the tribunal shall be passing the order. Kahan gaya? Ben 4 has to be filed in 30 days, but the tribunal, after giving an opportunity of being heard, shall be filing the order. A period of 15 days will be given. First, we did this. A time of 15 days period will be given for him to take a decision. When 4 is filed within 30 days of this notice, tribunal has a period of 15 days, an order will be passed. The reporting company will again, if you are not satisfied with the order, he will pass the order either restricting your shares or he will suspend your beneficial owner interest. Tribunal, after giving an opportunity of being heard, please mark this, will pass the order in 60 days of receiving the application. 15 days is giving him the time period for appearing and telling whatever he wants to tell, and the order is passed within 60 days. Now, if you are the beneficial owner or the company, you're not satisfied with the order of tribunal, then you can again file an application with the tribunal in what time period? Excellent, Priya Mishra. Company who lifts the restriction can pass the order. Soumya, Asta, Ishan, everyone is correct. Now you can pass the order. You can file an application within 1 year from the date of such order. So when you will make notes in your registers for Ben 4, you will make Ben 4 in 30 days. Reasonable opportunity of being heard in 15 days. ये लिखवाया था मैंने आपको last time, मुझे याद है. Tribunal's order in 60 days and then 1 year is the time. Clear, everyone? We had a quick revision also. Now somebody had a doubt on page number 7.7. Asta, क्या doubt था? जल्दी पूछो बेटा. Yes, what doubt you have on page number 7.7? Rule 5, subsection 8. If promoters of any listed company, what is this? This is about section 88, debenture holders and security holders, time period. What is the time period for making the entry? Within how many days the entry will be made in the registers, MGT1 and MGT2? Very good, 7 days. Excellent. Place of maintaining, we have to keep it at the RO place, or if I want to keep it outside, then what needs to be done? SR needs to be passed. Very nice. If any order is passed by Revenue Authority or SEBI attaching the shares and security giving remittance, the necessary reference has to be made. So this is a general thing I told you, Asta, that you can simply give it a reading, that if there is any interest and dividend to be paid, that will be given. In case the securities outside India, if it has been pledged or hypothecation has been given, accordingly the entries will be made within 15 days. If you have given any security, accordingly you will have to make the entry. But if the promoters of any listed company, which has formed a joint venture with another company, has pledged or hypothecated or created a charge of lien for the security of listed company. What is the meaning of creating a charge? Asta Sethi. चार्ज का मतलब हमने पढ़ा था रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ चार्जेस में, आप कोई सिक्योरिटी दे रहे हो किसी कंपनी को, अगर आप कोई एसेट दे रहे हो, तो ऐसी कोई भी हाइपोथिकेशन चार्ज लियन जो आप एंटर करते हो, वो 15 डेज के अंदर अंदर आपने रजिस्टर में रिकॉर्ड करना है. सिंपल. ओके आप कोई भी सिक्योरिटी देते हो, कोई भी सिक्योरिटीज के लिए कोई भी आप प्लेज कर रहे हो, हाइपोथिकेशन कर रहे हो, विद इन 15 डेज आपने एंट्री करनी है अपने रजिस्टर. क्लियर एवरीवन? All right. Now we did a very interesting section. 90 was very, very easy. Okay, section 90 was very simple. What is section 91 tells you? What was section 91? Hurry up, answer me. We have already done section 90, section 91. These examples also we have already done. Register of significant beneficial owner. हमने ये सारा कर लिया है, अभी रिवाइज करा हमने. And 91 simply tells you about closing of the register of members. So within how many days the register has to be closed? Within how many days? For how many days the register can be closed? For maximum 45 days, and it shall not be exceeding 30 days at one point of time. And you have to give a notice to the members. The notice shall be given within how many days? That we are going to close the register within 7 days. You will have to give the notice, one in the newspaper, vernacular newspaper, and one in the English newspaper, that we are going to close the register. Now, section 92 we have done in the previous class. What is the meaning of annual return and when it needs to be filed with the ROC? Annual return is prepared by every company. Every year we have to give a return with ROC, which has to be filed within dash days. Within how many days we need to file the annual return, children? Yes, within 60 days of holding the AGM. And if AGM is not held, then I was supposed to hold my AGM on 30th September 2024, but I did not hold my AGM. So then I don't need to file my annual return? Yes or no? Yes, ma'am. I still need to file my annual return. Very good, Priyanka, Harshada, Ishan. We have to give the reason for not holding the AGM. So we'll have to file the annual return, and we also have to give the reason. 60 days on which it should have been held, along with the reasons. Very good. Khushi, Shailaja, Soumya, excellent. Rajveer, Asta, Ishan, Khushi, Jandra, Harshada, all of you. Mohammed Farhan, Priyanka Pandey, excellent. Somesh Singh, all your answers are correct, bacha. Mr. Somesh Singh, well done. All right. So 60 days, we all remember. Can anyone tell me any 5 contents of the annual return? We did so many contents of the annual return. What all should be there in the annual return? Yes, excellent, Asta Sethi. The penalty is absolutely correct. But first I have asked you, what were the contents of annual return? How do we have to remember? Principal, registered office, principal activities. This is related to business. Shares, debentures, other securities, and the shareholding pattern, indebtedness, members and debenture holders. Promoters, डायरेक्टर्स कौन है, की मैनेजरियल पर्सोनल कौन कौन उस कंपनी में मेन लोग हैं, बड़े बड़े लोग. Members of the board, any penalty, punishment imposed on the directors, we did it with different color pen in the last class, remember? Matters relating to certification of compliance and the details of shares held by foreign institutional investors. Very good, very good, very good. Many of you have given the correct answer. So I just asked 5 contents. So you have given 5 to 6. So that's good. Now, signing of the annual return has to be done by whom? If it's an OPC or a small company, then first question is, what is the form for filing annual return? Second question is, who shall sign the annual return? If anyone can raise their hands and give me the answer for this one. Let's make the class more interesting. Who is going to raise their hands and answer me this question? Can anyone raise their hands? Priya Mishra, would you like to try answering this one? Ishan? Okay, good. Sneha Chawla, great answer. Yes, Ishan.
If it's a small company or an OPC, annual return will be filed in MGT 7A.
Excellent. 7A.
And it shall be signed by a company secretary in practice. And if no company secretary, then a director.
Are you sure? Company secretary in practice?
No company secretary of The company,
of
yes.
company, and if no company secretary, then
Then director.
director. Specifically in case of OPC and small company, no need to go to CSN
Practice. Yeah.
practice. All right, I have typed also for your information, all of you. Well done, Ishan. Good.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, everyone now remembers that you have to, for small companies, see children, these are the kind of questions which are going to come in the exam. And then we'll be wondering that we have learned everything and now why I can't recall. So all these information should be beautifully highlighted in your study material. MGT 7 है, नॉर्मल कंपनीज का डायरेक्टर साइन करेगा या सीएस साइन करेगा, नहीं है सीएस तो सीएस इन प्रैक्टिस के केस में जाना पड़ेगा. बट ओपीसी एंड स्मॉल कंपनी एमजीटी 7A, no need to go to CS in practice, only the CS. If there is no CS, then director will sign. Fair enough, everybody remembers? Good. Nice. Kushi, Soumya, everybody who has given the correct answer, wonderful. Then there was another provision which ma'am also asked you a question, and I'm so proud of my students. We did it on the same day and you all answered it so beautifully. What was that? A company which is a listed company having a paid up share capital of 10 crores or the turnover of 50 crores or more has to be certified by CS in practice. What it has to disclose that all the provisions have been complied and the facts that the provisions are adequately been complied with. This certificate has to be given in MGT-A. So this is a very important provision. You must remember it. And MGT 7, 7A and 8 आज मैं आपको दिखाऊंगी. And if this CS in practice fails to do that, if the company fails to file the annual return, then every company and officer in default is liable for the fine. But if the CS in practice, who was required under Section 92 to give a certification in practice, has contravened, a penalty of rupees 2 lakhs will be charged. So this is also an important penalty. I think we did Section 94 also. I wanted to give you a test question from Section 92. Just give me 1 minute. We have done Section 94 also, children. Please confirm. Yes, 95 also done. Very good. So हम फटाफट से अब क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस करते हैं. Section 92 से first question that I wanted to do in the class with all. So Nutty Buddy Limited is manufacturing premium quality milk-based ice cream in 2 flavors. First chocolate and second butterscotch. Company called its AGM in order to lay down the financial statement for shareholders' approval. However, for the want of quorum, the meeting was cancelled, so the directors did not file the annual return. Directors were of the idea that the time for filing within 60 days will not apply, so AGM was cancelled. If the company has contravened, how will it be penalized? Now, this is something which we have just freshly discussed and revised in the class. Let's read the second question also. Bazaar Limited called its AGM in order to lay down the financial statements. Again, for the want of quorum, the meeting was cancelled. Directors did not file the annual. So here, how you're going to understand whether this question is related to AGM, Section 96, or it is related to annual return, that is Section 92. So it is clearly telling you that the company did not file the annual return. It was supposed to file within 60 days of the date of AGM. It is asking you about penalty. Same question, penalty, contravene, AGM is cancelled. So what will be the correct answer for question number 1? And how are you going to represent your answer for this? Tell me in the chat box. Everybody should be answering this one correctly. Yes, everyone. Section 94, somebody is writing. Okay, section 92, he needs to file the return within 60 days along with the reasons. Soumya, very good. Priyanka, correct. Khushi, correct. Harshita, correct. Asta Sethi. The fine is not correct, Asta. Penalty of 2 lakhs is the correct answer for this one. Very good, children. So let's see how you have to represent. So everybody has given the correct answer. So first, children, you will write the relevant provision. According to Section 92 of the Companies Act, every company shall file a copy of annual return within 60 days of the AGM. If no AGM is held, within 60 days from the date when the AGM should have been held. पहला पॉइंट आप ये दोगे एंड सेकेंड पॉइंट आप दोगे इफ कंपनी फेल्स टू फाइल द एनुअल रिटर्न then the penalty of 10,000 and if the continuing default penalty of 100 each continues maximum up to 2 lakhs and 50,000 for officer in default. Then you will give facts of the case. Always you will represent your answer in this way, children. Otherwise you will not get marks. So the idea of directors, how you have to write the facts of the case. Now pay attention because you always keep asking how to write the answers. So now I'm going to tell you how you have to write the answers in exam. So facts of the case have to be given very briefly. If you keep sitting there writing whole of the question in the facts of the case, time will be gone. So the idea of director that since AGM was cancelled, they are required to file the returns would not apply. It's incorrect. It's saying this is what they're asking in the question. They are raising this doubt. So analysis and conclusion, AGM of this company should have been held within a period of 60 days from the close of financial year. But the AGM did not take place. They have contravened the provisions of 92 for not filing. Now they will attract the penal provisions for every officer of the company. So this conclusion is very important that yes, you will be penalized. All right, everyone is clear about how to write the answer. Now you have to do this one, a new question for you. Techno Limited maintains its register of members at its registered office in Mumbai. A group of members are residing in Kolkata, wants to keep the register in Kolkata. Please tell whether the company can keep the registers and returns at Kolkata. Does Mr. Ranjit, director, but he is not a shareholder, have the right to inspect the register of members? Study the question very carefully and answer me question to answer to first part and second. I'm waiting for your answers. Very nice. Few of you have given the correct answer. That's wonderful. Sumesh Singh, your answers are coming. Good. Excellent. Section 94 is correct answer. You have to apply Section 94. SR is required. Nice. 1/10 of the members should be residing. Rajveer Ray, excellent. Mohammed Farhan, Kirubha, Almas, Priyanshi Tak, Soumya, Rajveer, Khushi Mehra, Sneha Chawla, very good. Ishan, great answers given by all of you. So let's have a quick review of the answer. First, you will give, as per section 94, the register to be kept and maintained under section 88, and the copies shall be kept at RO office. Very good. All of you know that. But if you're keeping it outside the place, 1/10 of the total members should be residing, and it shall be approved by passing SR. अब अगर आप पेपर में ये दोनों पॉइंट्स लिख कर आ रहे हो 1/10 of the members also and SR, so means if you have written till here, you have scored at least 1.5 from 3 because you have given the relevant provisions so far. So Techno Limited can keep the returns and registers after the compliance provided one. Oh, sorry, this is here you score 2 marks if this first part is for 3 marks. Okay. So once you get the conclusion, you get 1 mark more. So you get 3 out of 3. Remember, this is what ma'am was also trying to tell you the other day. If you don't write the conclusion, children, that means you have written the provision, but you have not done the consequences analysis. You have to conclude your answer in the exam. Similarly, the second provision, 94.2 says inspection can be done by debenture holders, shareholders, beneficiary owner without any payment of fees. Now, if director is inspecting who is not a shareholder, can also inspect as per the provisions of this section. However, all right. So this you simply have to write them that he can still have the right of inspection. You can see over here when we go to section 94 and show you where it is given. So here it is clearly written that the inspection can be done and the copies of extract can also be taken. So anyone can come and inspect. If you are a shareholder and debenture holder, there is no need of any fees. And if you're assuming, if you're saying that he's not a shareholder, any other person, the payment of fees can be done, but the fees shall not exceed for rupees 10 each. Also, you can give the further information that if any extra information has been asked, then he should get this information within 7 days of depositing the fees. Clear hai sabko? All right, so we have done important questions related to section 92, section 94, and section 95 simply tells us that once the entry has been made, it's a prima facie evidence that whatever is written over there, it's correct. Now let's move to another topic, that is section 96, annual general meeting. So now we will be talking about meetings, about the general meetings of the company. There are 2 types of the meetings, or in fact, there are 3 or 4 different types of the meetings of a company. First of all, before we move ahead, can you tell me what is the meaning of the word meeting? So you all sit with your family, have a dinner together, and you discuss about certain things. So discussion on any kind of matter is informally or formally known as meetings. होता है ऐसे कि सारी फैमिली बैठती है या फिर you all sit and discuss on certain points. So meeting is nothing. It is simply when the shareholders, directors are sitting together, they want to take important decisions relating to the companies. They want to take certain calls on different matters. So they invite the shareholders, debenture holders, they invite the board members for board meetings. They invite the shareholders for the general meeting. General meeting can be of 2 types. Annual general meeting, the name itself suggests, साल में एक बार होने वाला. जैसे annual return थी section 92 में, very important. Section 96 is another important section. Although every section is very important, it might be happening. You have studied so much about the meetings, and examiner gives you 2 marks question out of section 88, that is registers. So we are not going to leave anything, but the relevance and the importance of section 96 is very important as far as the Companies Act is concerned. All right. So section 96 talks about the annual general meeting. In short, it is known as AGM. मतलब जो रूटीन मैटर होता है, जो ऑर्डिनरी बिजनेस आज हम समझेंगे क्या होता है, that is transacted. Very good. Soumya says discussing the matters and affairs of the company. Khushi Mishra, Mehra, very good. All of you, Priyanka Pandey, where the members come and meet and sit and have the discussions is known as general meeting. So let's try to understand what are the provisions relating to annual general meeting. Each and every line of this section is very important. We'll try to understand because questions do come from this and it is very simple, but there are too many provisions, months, days, years. So each and everything is important. Every company, whether public or private, except OPC, OPC को छोड़ दिया उसने, OPC को नहीं applicable. Every company, public or private, shall hold annual general meeting every year. And the gap between two AGMs means if I have held an AGM on 30th September 2024, now the gap between two AGM, this first AGM, now second AGM, cannot be held at least more than 15 months shall be the gap between two AGMs. So what is the meaning of this line? Each and every line will be understood with the help of example. If I hold my second annual general meeting on 31st August 2025, can the company hold if the meeting was held on 30th September? Can I hold my next meeting on 31st August 2025? Is it valid? Is there any contravention happening? The gap between two AGMs should be not less than 15 months. Tell me, children, is it correct or not? Can I hold the meeting on 31st August? No. Why? Because Muhammad Farhan says yes. Shalja, good. No. Harshada, great. So no is the correct answer because at least the gap between two AGM should be 15 months. Yes, absolutely correct. There should be the gap of more than 15 months. So now if you're holding AGM, so at least 15 months gap should be there between the two AGM. So you cannot hold the AGM within just few months only after the first AGM is held. The first, and now we are going to understand every provision relating to AGM. So the first annual general meeting, when the company has just started, it should be held within 9 months from the closing of the first financial year. When does the financial year closes, children? 31st March 2024, let's assume. So within the 9 months from the close of this financial year, the first annual general meeting should be held. Now you will say, ma'am, you just said that the annual general meeting should be held between 1st January 2024 till 31st December 2024. That is the calendar year. Annually means साल में एक बार होने वाली. But अगर आपकी कंपनी नई है, suppose it was incorporated on 1st October 2023. Now the first AGM can be held within 9 months from the first financial year. So even if it is held by 31st December 2024, then also it is valid. It should not be held more than 19 months. Okay? Clear, everyone? So the first AGM should be held. So what are the provisions? First provision says, number one, that the gap between the two AGMs should not be more than 15 months. All right, it should not be more than 15 months. All right, correct. It should not be more than 15 months means 15 months से ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay? So the example I took should have been 31st August 2026. All right. So it should not be more than 15 months means within 15 months के gap में हो जाना चाहिए. Even I was thinking what is happening. So after 1 year, 3 months more, that is the total provision of 15 months. इससे ज़्यादा gap नहीं होना चाहिए. Is that clear? So the gap between two AGMs should not be more than 15 months. First point. Second is that the first AGM should be held within 9 months from the close of first financial year. Subsequently, the AGM should be held. Now, this every annual general meeting should be held within 6 months from the close of the financial. So whenever the financial year closes, within 6 months. Yes, yes, yes. Priya Mishra, Ishan, I hope now your point is clear. Yes, Priyanka Pandey, in that case, it was 10 months. So yes, you can do. Correct, correct, correct. All of you are correct. Okay. So what happens in the subsequent annual general meeting? Within 6 months from the close of financial year, it should be held. It is not necessary to hold annual general meeting in the year of incorporation. I just explained you this point that if I have been incorporated on 1st October 2023, the time period is the first AGM should be held within 9 months from the first financial. So it is not necessary that in the year of incorporation, the AGM is held. Now, if you want to extend the validity of AGM, so generally the AGM, after once you have held the first AGM, then thereafter, after every 6 months from the close of financial year is the final date when you will be holding AGM. So there was the company ABC Limited, and it was not able to hold the AGM in the 6 months from the close of financial year. Now, law says that you can extend your period of AGM, but not more than 3 months. It says for any special reason, ROC can allow the extension within which AGM is held, but such extension can be for a period not exceeding 3 months. Means 3 महीने तक की extension मिल सकती है. मतलब अगर आपने 6 months में नहीं करा, तो आप 9 months में कर लीजिए. इससे ज्यादा आपको extension नहीं मिलेगी. But my question to the class is, do we get this extension for the first AGM also? Can we get this extension for the first AGM also? So please write down in your notes. The answer is no. The first AGM, which is to be held within 9 months from the close of first financial year, it cannot be extended further. It has to be held in 9 months time period. But any subsequent AGM, which is to be held in 6 months from the close of financial year, can be extended only if there are special reasons. Only when you have genuine reasons that yes, we want to extend it because of certain reasons, then yes, you can extend it, but the extension cannot go more than 3 months. सबको क्लियर हो गया? 15 मंथ से ज्यादा गैप नहीं होना चाहिए, 9 मंथ से ज्यादा देर से नहीं होनी चाहिए फर्स्ट एजीएम. सब्सिक्वेंट एजीएम 6 मंथ्स का टाइम पीरियड है. अगर एक्सटेंशन करना है 3 मंथ से ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. फर्स्ट एजीएम को एक्सटेंशन नहीं मिलता है. एंड इज इट नेसेसरी टू होल्ड एजीएम इन द ईयर ऑफ इनकॉर्पोरेशन? Is it compulsory to hold? Yes, yes, Priyanka. All the charts will be there once we go and read from the module also. Okay, beta? No, ma'am, is the correct answer. Very good. You cannot have, it is not compulsory to have the AGM in the first year of incorporation. Now, next few points. Those were the dates of the AGM. 15 months, 6 months, extension 3 months, and the first AGM. That is how you'll be making the chart. अभी बनवा भी दूंगी, don't worry. Okay. And the time period. Annual general meeting should be held during business hours, that is between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. अब business hours क्या माने जाते हैं? 9 to 6 generally business hours माने जाते हैं. But my dear students, tell me one thing. You budding future chartered accountants, have you heard about Big Four CA firms? If any one of you have an aspiration to work with Deloitte, Ernst & Young, KPMG, do you think they work from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.? The working hours are much, much beyond that also. But law says we have to take a standard time period. Sometimes students says that, ma'am, ऐसा थोड़ी ना होता है 9 to 6 ही होता है ऑफिस. कहते तो हैं. Yes, excellent. All those have you written? Yes, Dhanush, Mohammed, Farhan, all of you. It never happens, right? So, but when we have to decide the business hours, we take a general conclusion that 9 to 6 p.m. will be considered as the business hours. Now, what it tries to tell you that the annual general meeting should have been started between 9 to 6 p.m., but there is no limit on the end time period. Means if you have started the meeting at 4 p.m., so that is within the business hours. But yes, it can continue up till 11 p.m. or 12 midnight. That is allowed. But the meeting should be called during business hours. Okay? And it should not be a national holiday. Now, what is the meaning of this line that meeting AGM cannot be called on national holiday? What is the meaning of national holiday? 15th August is national holiday. Yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Then which else is a national holiday? Diwali is a national holiday. Dussehra, Lodi celebration, is it a national holiday? No, ma'am, not at all. Only 15th August, 26 January, and एक और है national holiday, 2nd October. Rest are not national holidays. Diwali is not a national holiday. So कहते AGM इन तीनों dates में नहीं हो सकता. But one kid came to me and asked me, ma'am, Sunday, can we hold AGM on Sunday? Tell me, can we hold an AGM on Sunday? Harshadar and Khushi says, no, ma'am. Why? Did I tell you that you can't hold the meeting on Sunday? What is law saying? Business hours, okay, Harshada. अभी आपने मुझे बताया कि मैम कोई टाइम नहीं होता जाने का, तो आपने कैसे मान लिया कि संडे को योर बॉस विल नॉट आस्क यू टू वर्क? ही कैन आस्क यू वर्क ना if the company is working on Sundays. Okay, Priyanshi tak, trying to be safe. Now, what is the conclusion over here? Law says, my dear students, AGM is not to be held on a national holiday. So Sunday is not a national holiday. Sunday is a relaxing holiday, a leisure holiday. So if the directors feel that we want to keep an AGM on Sunday, no one can stop them under law. Yes, up to their mind, they don't want to keep, it's okay. बट नेशनल हॉलीडे मना है. संडे को आप एजीएम कर सकते हो, कोई मना ही नहीं है, लॉ में मना नहीं. क्लियर हो गया टाइम पीरियड? एवरीवन इज क्लियर? सो टू थिंग्स दैट वी हैव डिस्कस्ड. सो हियर आर द नोट्स फॉर यू. गैप बिटवीन टू एजीएम्स, कीप आंसरिंग. नॉट मोर देन 12 months, 15 months, 13 months. Very good. 15 months. First AGM to be held. Answer me. First AGM to be held within what time period? Within 9 months. Very good. Excellent. Everyone has learned this one also. 9 months from the close of financial year. Every subsequent AGM. 3 months, 9 months, 6 months. 6 months from the close of financial year. Extension available है इसको? Not more than 3 months. First AGM में extension है? No extension. And एक point और था. क्या था? क्या था? जल्दी बता दो fourth point मुझे. Let me see your attentiveness. कीर्ति says no. टाइम का था, पब्लिक हॉलिडे का था. नहीं, फर्स्ट स्लाइड में था एक और पॉइंट. जल्दी बताओ. धनुष ने करेक्ट आंसर भी दिया था, मैंने अप्रेज भी करा उसको. यस, प्रिया मिश्रा, प्रियांशी तक, एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. नो, नॉट कंपल्सरी टू होल्ड AGM इन द ईयर ऑफ इनकॉर्पोरेशन. जरूरी नहीं है. अगर आप 9 months वाली कंडीशन मीट करें तो जरूरी नहीं है उस साल में कर. क्लियर है? कैन आई डिलीट द नोट्स? एवरीवन हैज कॉपीड. And after that, we have done the time period also. The timings are, fifth point bhi likh lo. Timings are business hours, not on national holiday, but can be held on Sunday. And यहाँ पे लिख लेना business hours to start within business hours. No limit of timing when to end it. Okay, bacha, take 2 minutes. Please write it down. Please write down the notes. Everyone is done. Sumesh Singh, good. All right. Let's proceed ahead. The place for holding the annual general meeting. Now, where the annual general meeting is going to be held. Now we have done the dates, we have done the time. Now the place. Where it should be held, ma'am, simple. RO में hold करेंगे at the registered office or at any other place within the city or village where the RO is situated. ठीक है, clear है. AGM of unlisted company can be held at any place in India if written consent has been taken or by electronic mode of all the members in advance. Now, I told you the topic of section 96 is so important that each and every line has a question hidden in that. So, my question to class is, there is a company, Reliance, and it is planning to call its AGM. The registered office of Reliance is in Mumbai. But they said, let's go and have the annual general meeting at Goa. Oh, sorry, this is unlisted company. So let's take our ABC Limited, favorite company that we take because Reliance is a listed company. So ABC is an unlisted company and they want to hold their annual general meeting, not in Mumbai where they're having RO, they want to hold it in Goa. They have 100 members in the company. 70 members said, yes, we can hold the meeting in Goa. Can this AGM be held in Goa? Yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am, along with why? Everybody says yes. No. Khushi, why yes? Almas, why no? Why Priya, no? I said reason. Sunil Kumar, no is the correct answer. Reason. Because consent of all 100 members is required. Consent of all 100 members will be required. Okay, I said only 70 members said yes. So either in writing or by electronic mode या फिर WhatsApp पे mails में reply भेजेंगे कि yes we can hold, then only it is considered valid, otherwise it's not. Annual general meeting of government company. So listed company की तो आरओ में ही होगी ना, listed company के लिए नहीं है ये option, unlisted company के लिए option. Government company can be held either at registered office of the company or at any other place in which the RO is situated or at any other place where central government approves. फिर से 3 पॉइंट्स आ गए, लिखने लिखो. Listed companies, RO office or same city where there is RO office. Unlisted companies, RO office or outside with consent of all members. गवर्नमेंट कंपनी का आप बताइए मुझे प्लीज, क्या आएगा? अच्छा, गवर्नमेंट कंपनी केस में क्या आएगा? Yes, Naina, if all the members say yes, then good. Priya Mishra, 100%, 100 members. Where did I say 90% should agree? Then it will not be held, okay? 100 members should only say. Government company में क्या आएगा बेटा? Please tell. RO office or any other place approved by whom? Approved by CG. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से पूछ लेना, गवर्नमेंट कंपनी हो तो सीजी से पूछ लेना. इजी हो गया? राइट डाउन द नोट्स, हरी आप. यस मैम, इदी सेती एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. Have you written? Now, so this is about section 96. We will be doing examples from the material also. Section 97 tells you power of tribunal to call AGM. Does tribunal, who is tribunal? National Company Law Tribunal, the company's court, do they have the reasons or power to call AGM? Yes. Section 97 says if any default is made by the company in holding AGM under Section 96, then the tribunal, as per this act or the articles, on any application made by the member of the company, will direct the calling of AGM and give certain directions. Yes, I'm audible. Yeah. If any default is made in holding the AGM, then how will tribunal come to know? So there is a company ABC Limited, they did not hold the AGM. So the angry shareholder, Mr. A, can file an application to the tribunal. Then tribunal will decide how this meeting has to be called. Provided the direction may include that one member of the company should be present in person or by proxy. Now starts the story of the game. What is the meaning of the word proxy? हमने तो proxy पढ़ा ही नहीं है, वो तो आगे वाले sections में आएगा. So as of now, what do you understand by the word proxy? स्कूल में या कॉलेज में कभी ऐसे करा है कि मेरा फ्रेंड प्रेजेंट नहीं है बट मैं उसकी अटेंडेंस लगवा देता हूँ, उसको क्या बोलते थे हम? मैं तेरी प्रॉक्सी लगवा दूंगा. सुना है आपने? हैव यू एवर हर्ड अबाउट दिस? Yes, ma'am, in college we do that. Sahil, very nice. Priyanka, Mohammed, Farhan, Harshida, on behalf of someone. Very good, Priya. Kirti, instead of one person, another person will attend. Very good, Soumya. अरे अभी प्रॉक्सी की बात कर रहे हैं आप सौम्या, प्रिया मिश्रा, आप तो लॉ में समझाने लग गए. तो थोड़ा लाइटर मोड में प्रॉक्सी क्या होता है कि मेरा फ्रेंड एब्सेंट है बट मैं उसकी अटेंडेंस लगा. सिमिलरली जनरल मीटिंग में if you as a member are not present, you ask your another member to be present on your behalf. That is known as proxy. So tribunal says, okay, fine, Mr. A, don't worry, I will get your AGM conducted. But generally when AGM is held, there is a requirement of quorum. अब quorum भी हमने करा ही नहीं है तो हमें पता नहीं है, बट quorum का मेजर मीनिंग क्या होता है? Miss Nidhi, this is section 97, beta. After 96, it is given in the module. Quorum means minimum number of people who should be present for the meeting. So, AGM, what is the quorum? We will do in other section. But 97 section says that even one of the member is present now. Either he is present himself or he has sent his proxy. We shall do the meeting. And the general meeting held by the tribunal shall deem to be the AGM of the company. What will happen? Let's revise again. ABC Limited is a company. ABC Limited is a company. They have not held the AGM. The time period for AGM, we all know 6 months from the close of financial year. That was a subsequent AGM. They failed to hold that. Extension of 3 months was available. They still did not hold it. So Mr. A made an application to the tribunal that please hold our AGM. Tribunal will conduct and give directions for this AGM. Now either all the members can come, even if all the members are not there, even one of the member comes and sits with the tribunal and does the meeting, or the proxy is present and does the meeting, it shall be held as if the annual general meeting of the company has been concluded. It will be considered that the AGM of the company has been held. Clear? Ma'am, tell Nidhi. Okay, Nidhi, it is page number 7.84 in the study material, okay? Thank you so much, Priyanshita. खुशी मेहरा 75% क्या लिख रहे हो बेटा? अच्छा, मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स बता रहे थे, वो कोरम में पढ़ेंगे अब. ऑल राइट. एंड नाउ व्हाट इज सेक्शन 98? सेक्शन 98 इज ब्रदर ऑफ सेक्शन 97. हमने अभी 97 पढ़ा कि अगर मैंने एजीएम नहीं करी, ट्राइब्यूनल इज गोइंग टू कंडक्ट माय एजीएम एंड दैट विल बी कंसिडर्ड टू बी द एजीएम ऑफ माय कंपनी. नाउ again tribunal's power to call the meetings of the members. So one meeting, ma'am, we understood AGM. What is this another meeting? दूसरी तरह की मीटिंग कौन सी होती है चिल्ड्रन? कैन यू थिंक ऑफ एनी अदर मीटिंग? वन इज बोर्ड मीटिंग. ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द मीटिंग ऑफ मेंबर्स. तो मैंने आपको शुरू कराने से पहले बताया था दो तरह की मीटिंग होती है. एक होती है एनुअल जनरल मीटिंग, दूसरी होती है एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी जनरल मीटिंग. So section 98 deals with extraordinary general meeting. If for any reason the company fails to call the extraordinary, other than annual general meeting means, एक तो AGM होगी ना, other than AGM is generally talking about EGM. अगर कंपनी ने EGM नहीं करी, then tribunal either suo moto. What is the meaning of suo moto? हमने करा हुआ है पहले. Suo moto means अपनी मर्जी से. ट्राइब्यूनल कहेगा नहीं नहीं नहीं, आपने ईजीएम नहीं करी, करनी पड़ेगी. या फिर किसी डायरेक्टर या मेंबर ने एप्लीकेशन दी, who shall be entitled to vote at the meeting, will order a meeting to be called and held and conducted in such a manner that the tribunal thinks fit, and he will give such ancillary and consequential directions. Such directions will again include that one member present in person or proxy is also a meeting. Any such meeting held shall deem to be the meeting conducted in same manner as it would have been conducted. So दोनों sections की फटाफट से summary लिखते हैं. Company fails to hold AGM, तो फिर कौन सा section आएगा? Then section 97. If company fails to hold AGM, बच्चा please, I make so much effort. I write down small notes also for you. Keep writing down. These are going to help you a lot in exam days. All right. Everything is there in the module, but these brief notes, try to make it in short notes in front of the study material matter only, so that उसी time आपको उसी page पे मिल जाए. Okay, बेटा. Section 98. In both the cases, tribunal may order the meeting to be held. But please don't think that this is the content for writing in the exam. This is for our understanding. Whatever brief notes we are making, this is for our understanding. For writing, you have to write what is written in the law. Okay? Tribunal may order the meeting to be held. And directions में क्या include होगा? One member present in person or proxy is also valid for the meeting. And third point है, this meeting of tribunal, this meeting conducted by tribunal, क्या होगा? Shall deem to be the meeting conducted as per law. All right, children, have you written it down? Clear, everyone? So whenever with every section you keep making down your brief, post-its or short notes or highlighters on the sides of the material, you'll start finding it very easy. You'll be able to grab the information quickly. Ishan, then if no member is present, then they will have at least one member has to be present. Then the meeting stands adjourned. Thank you, Kirti. I'm so glad that you find this helpful. That's great. Yes, Priyanshi, that is absolutely correct. Now, section 97, I told you 98 is brother of 97. 99 is also brother sister of 97, 98. So it says if you have contravened anything under section 96, what was section 96? Holding the AGM. You contravened 97, tribunal asked you to hold AGM, you did not hold. You contravened section 98, tribunal asked you to hold AGM, you did not do. Be ready for the penalty. सेक्शन 99 कुछ भी नहीं है, वो कह रहे तीनों पुराने सेक्शंस में गलती करी तो प्लीज पेनल्टी फाइल कर देना 1,00,000 rupees and for any continuing default 5,000 for every day during which the default continues. So quickly write down in your books section 96, 97, 98. These three sections defaulted. Penalty is given under section 99, 1,00,000 and 5,000 for every day during which the default continues. Now we'll be starting with a very big section, that is section 100. But I want to do certain question answers we'll take the break little late, okay? Yes, Priyanka Pandey, तीनों sections के लिए same penalty. Let us see section 96, 97 from module also. So 96 we have done first. So children, 96 is given little below this 7.8. Let me just show you. Not 76, 96. All right. So this is what we have just discussed. The exception is given to OPC. They are not having the OPC will going to hold AGM every year. So there is no provision of more than 15 months gap for OPC. Annual general meeting notice has to be sent. Notice we'll be doing in detail under section 101. Every year, 9 months provision, 3 months, everything is clear. So ये वही 4 points है जो हमने summary करके लिखे. Extension is available for how many months, children? 3 months. Good. Abis Grosser Private Limited closed its financial year on 31st March 2024. When should it hold the annual general meeting for the financial year 23-24? जल्दी से मुझे इसका आंसर लिखकर बताओ क्या डेट होनी चाहिए AGM? Illustration 13. What should be the date of AGM? 6 months from the close of financial year. So April, May, June, July, August, September. So by 30th September, they should hold the AGM. If they want to take extension, then they have to give the special reasons for that. And what will be the date if extension is given? If extension is given by ROC, what can be the latest date? Tell me. I'm asking you for illustration 13. 9 months. Priya Mishra, why did you write 9 months? Kushi Mehra, good. Okay, theek hai Priya. Priyanka, Harshita, all of you, 31st December will be the maximum extension date. Abrush Mechanicals Limited was incorporated on 12th July. When should the company hold its general meeting? The company is incorporated Please tell me first. ट्वेल्थ जुलाई को कंपनी बनी है तो जरूरी है क्या 30th सितंबर या 31st मार्च इसी साल के एंड में होनी चाहिए मीटिंग? सो द ईयर ऑफ इनकॉर्पोरेशन इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी. Company must hold its first AGM latest by 31st December, that is within 9 months from the close of financial year. What is the close of financial year? 31st March 2025. From 9 months in that, it should hold its first AGM. So it is not necessary to hold in the year of incorporation. Clear hai sabko? Everybody has given the correct date. Wonderful. Then we did time and place. Exemptions to Section 8 and government companies, children, it is very simple. You can give it a reading. Okay, then 97 and 98 also we have done. Then Section 99 also we have done. So now we are going to do a question related to Section 96. Easy hai, annual general meeting. Are you enjoying? Section 92, 98, 96 you have done. 92 का भी देखती हूँ मैं. ये लो जी. Oh, crystal clear. Yes, ma'am, it's very interesting. Good, because you all are a wonderful audience. That's why it becomes very interesting. Thank you so much. Okay, Naina, Priyanka, Soumya, good. Please read this question. I give you 2 minutes, analyze this question and try answering this in the chat box. Everyone has given the correct answer. So company was incorporated on 1st April. They did not have much to report. So no general meeting was held till 30th April. Otherwise, 1st April को अगर 30th April 2020 तक नहीं held कर. Company has appointed a new accountant. So you all are new chartered accountant for this company. And they have pointed out that the company required to hold AGM. They have approached you as a senior chartered accountant. Please tell them the time limit for holding the first AGM and what is the power of registrar. Now, you all have given me the correct answers that the company form should have conducted within 9 months. 3 months extension is not available for the first AGM. Remember, some children have written, ma'am, 3 months extension, no extension, children. So, Rajveer, Priyanshi Tak, Jayendra, Almas, Khushi, Nidhi. Let me read the names, all those who have written. Soumya, Ishan, Priyanka, very good. Good. Yes, Priya, that's wonderful. So now also you can refer to the summaries, whatever we have made in the class. So don't worry. Yes, Jayendra, no extension for the first AGM. Excellent answers, but now how we have to perform. Section 96, every company is required to do the first AGM within a period of 9 months. For the 1st April 2018 till 31st March 2019, the first AGM should have been held on or before 31st December. सभी लोग ये बात मानते हैं ना कि 31st December 2019 तक हो जानी चाहिए थी फर्स्ट AGM. For any reason, if you ask, you can get an extension other than the first AGM. ये बताकर आना, उसने पूछा है ना. He's asking you that there is any provision for extension. You tell them yes, there is a provision, but for first AGM it is not. So first AGM should have been held on or before 31st December 2019. Further, registrar does not have the power to give the extension. Now again, 3 marks question. My dear students will do, they will write this provision. They will also write this. They will not write this. Conclusion लिखेंगे नहीं. पता क्यों नहीं लिखेंगे? सोचेंगे कि हमने बता तो दिया कि 31st दिसंबर तक होनी चाहिए थी. ये तो लॉ बताया ना. ये तो हमने लॉ बताया कि 9 months तक हो जानी चाहिए थी. Therefore, the first AGM should have been held. This is conclusion. Please, बच्चा ये लिख कर आना पेपर में. Everybody has to write the conclusion and tell them that you have written that the registrar can extend other than AGM. Tell them that here he does not have the power to grant extension because this is the case of first AGM. It's okay, Priyanka. You just have to give the conclusion. If they are doing a default, then you have simple to give the answer over here. Very good. Soumya says, yes, ma'am, we will definitely write the conclusion. Yes, Priyanshita, then tribunal will be holding, but they are just asking you what your say is on this case. Now, before we proceed to leave for the break, let's do one more question and then we will have a break. Everybody, please try to do this one more question. Rijwan Limited, a listed company, is in the business of garment manufacturing and has its registered office at 123 N Tower Commercial Beta Complex, Rewari, Rajasthan. Company called its 6th annual general meeting at 3 p.m. on 22nd August 2019 at Ansal Plaza, Rewari. Some of the members have opposed to calling of this meeting at Ansal Plaza. They have approached you to advise them. Also, it is an unlisted company and wants to call their 6th AGM at Jaipur. Please remember whatever we have done and apply the facts. I give you 2 minutes. Hurry up, solve this. Hanji Bacha, have you solved the answers? Yes, unlisted company. Very nice. Excellent. It is for unlisted companies. Very good. All of you have given the correct answer. So let's read. In the first instance, the case is rightful in calling the AGM at Ansal Plaza. In the second scenario, in case of unlisted company, so what is the second scenario? Okay, so they're giving you 2 answers. AGM can be held at any place if consent is taken in writing of all the members. If consent is given by all the members, then the AGM can be called at Jaipur, otherwise no. Thus, in the first case, for calling the annual general meeting at Ansal Plaza, in the second case, it's an unlisted company. If the consent is given, they can go. So simple, you have to remember, children, that writing the provision is one thing and concluding for that provision is another. Fair enough? Any doubt still here? Anyone wants to ask any doubts? Yes, yes, Naina. If it is only listed company, then we have done. It is our only. And what if government company, children? अगर यही कंपनी गवर्नमेंट कंपनी होती फिर क्या करते? CG's approval would be required for holding anywhere else. Very nice. Sahil, Shailaja, Ishan. Good. Any doubts on any of the pages in the study material? I'll just ask you certain MCQs also. Yeah. Please read this MCQ and answer me what should be the correct answer. जितने क्वेश्चंस आप एजीएम के प्रैक्टिस करोगे, लिख लिख के करोगे, एमसीक्यूज करोगे, उतना ही आपका कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर हो जाएगा. दैट इज how you will be able to learn and move on. After the break, we'll be starting with section 100, that is EGM. Due to the management disputes, FWI could not hold its current AGM by the latest due date. Even after the lapse of the due date, it seemed rather impossible to convene the AGM. What option is available and how you can seek NCTLT help for calling the AGM? Any member can make an application and seek directions. What will happen? At least 1% of the total capital should be holding. Minimum 2 members are required. Minimum 5 members holding. सेक्शन बता दो मुझे ये कौन सा है, क्या हमने पढ़ा है अभी ये सेक्शन? यस मैम, सेक्शन 97. ओ माय गॉड. हर्षदा, प्रियंका, ईशान, जयंद्रा, मैमिदिसेपी, धनुष. एक्सीलेंट आंसर्स. माय गॉड, इतने इंटेलिजेंट बच्चे कैसे हैं? कॉपी तो नहीं कर रहे कहीं से? आई होप यू नॉट चीटिंग. आई नो यू आर नॉट, बिकॉज ऐसा तो हमने कुछ पढ़ा ही नहीं सेक्शन 97 में कि 1% होना चाहिए या 5% होना चाहिए. ऐसा तो कुछ भी नहीं था. तो क्या पढ़ा था हमने? एनी मेंबर कैन मेक एन एप्लीकेशन. सो ऑप्शन 1 is correct. So as per section 97, if company fails to call the AGM, tribunal on any application made by the member may call the AGM and give such directions as the tribunal thinks fit. So again, MCQs are also very, very simple, provided you do them in the correct manner. Imprinted in my mind. Nice. Good sum. All right. Got confused in this question. Rajveer is saying, what was the confusion? Yes, Rajveer, what was the confusion? 1%. No, so you don't have to get confused. You simply have to remember how you have learned. So MCQ का एक बहुत interesting tip I'm going to give you. Whenever you read such a question, always think in your mind what could be the possible answer to this question. So when I have told my brain that this could have been the answer, then I approach and read the options, I will never give it a wrong, incorrect answer. Yes, absolutely. When you start reading the answers, then you start jumping to the conclusion भी ये हो सकता है या नहीं. या फिर you have to do the negative analysis that this could not be the option, this could not be the option. So the one which is left is the correct option. All right. Clear? So no doubts in MCQs. Now, when we take the break, I request you all, please go through section 88 till section 99. 10 sections, 10 to 11 sections that we have done completely. Go through each and every line, read the module, and if you have any doubts, you can ask. All right? Okay. Yes, yes, Soumya, conclusion can be given in your own words also. There is no problem. Okay? Yes, I think let's take a small break here because yes, Priyanka is saying, "Ma'am, 15 minutes का break दे दो, बहुत ज़्यादा पढ़ लिया." Okay, don't worry. So I give you time, much needed. Yes, Harshada, I can understand because I wanted to complete a portion of syllabus. So Ashok sir, let's have a break here. Okay. There was certain disturbance in the internet also. Yeah. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Please confirm. All right. All right. All right, students. So you have done till section 99. Now we're going to start a new section, that is section 100, extraordinary general meeting. So what is the meaning of extraordinary general meeting? Extraordinary general meeting, one is annual general meeting. Okay, that is annually we are going to hold this meeting every year. But for transacting any special business, something which is extraordinary, like we want to take a decision related to change of a business, or we are going to make a new investment in certain kind of business, then we hold a extraordinary general. So before we understand what is the term EGM, it becomes important to understand two types of business that are transacted in the general. Yes, Asta, you will have to mention that interest, okay? All right. So one is ordinary business, another is special business. What is the meaning of ordinary business? All the special business in EGM, all the business shall deem to be special except stated above. So generally in the meetings, we are transacting ordinary business. So whenever the company is conducting AGM under section 96, it is for conducting AGM, it is for transacting ordinary business in the meeting. One is consideration of financial statements and the reports of directors or auditors. So what financial statements you have made? What financial statements you have made? And what are the reports of the directors and auditors? How the dividend is declared? What is the dividend to be declared and distributed? Appointment of directors in place of retiring directors, and appointment and fixing of the remuneration of auditors. All these kind of business are known as ordinary business, and this is transacted at the general meeting. Okay, so what kind of business do we do in the annual general meeting? If you want to appoint the directors, so some directors are retiring and you need to appoint the fresh directors. Do you need to call an AGM or EGM? You will say, ma'am, we will call AGM because it's an ordinary business. If I have 2 lakhs of profits and I want to give dividend to my shareholders, do I need to do it's an ordinary business or special business? It's an ordinary business. For appointing and fixing the remuneration of auditors, remuneration means what salary will be paid to these auditors? What is the amount of money, monetary consideration to be given to these auditors? So how the auditors will be appointed and how the remuneration is to be fixed. And for considering the financial statements, whatever financial statements you have prepared for the year and reports of directors and auditors will be considered, means will be finalized in your or as a part of ordinary business. So all these things constitute a part of ordinary business, and whenever we do AGM, we do a transaction of ordinary business. इसके अलावा कोई भी बिजनेस अगर कंपनी करती है, जैसे कि बड़ा बड़ा डिसीजन है, taking decision about putting up an exhibition at some place, you have just come up with a different idea, okay? Or you want to hold up any kind of investment the company wants to make. Garima is asking something. Yes, Garima, what are you asking? Okay, Garima, your messages are now coming. Please send your query again. Garima Ahirin. All right. Is that clear, children? So for business, whenever examiner asks you what are the ordinary business under section 102, you have to tell there are 4 types of ordinary business. One is director से related, उसकी appointment करना in place of the retiring. One is auditor se related, appointment and fixing of the salary of auditor. Another is related to payment of dividend. Payment of dividend, directors, auditors, and considering the financial statements and reports of the auditor. Clear ho gaya? These are ordinary business. Apart from that, whatever we do, any transaction, they are special business. Now, all the business in EGM is special business. Now, since you have understood the meaning of ordinary business and special business, चार तरह के business ordinary है, उसके अलावा जो भी होगा वो special business है. EGM का मतलब क्या होता है? एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी जनरल मीटिंग जब भी हम करते हैं, इट इज ऑलवेज फॉर अ स्पेशल बिजनेस. मीन्स अदर देन ऑर्डिनरी बिजनेस अगर हमें कोई मीटिंग हेल्ड करनी है, उसके लिए हमें EGM कॉल करनी पड़ेगी. दैट इज एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी जनरल मीटिंग. Yes, their type of ordinary business means, Dhanush, that these are the regular routine business transactions that we do, and for this we hold AGM. So if I ask my class that I want to appoint the directors of the company, is it an ordinary business or special business? Excellent. It's ordinary business. If I say I want to appoint the auditor of a company, is it ordinary business or special business? Ordinary business. If I want to fix the salary of the auditors and I want to call the meeting for this thing, is it ordinary business? Yes, ma'am, ordinary business. If I want to check my financial statements at the year end, how well I've made my financial statements, what are the director's reports, all this is a kind of ordinary business. And the last one, if the company is going to declare dividend to its shareholders, will it call AGM or it will call EGM? What am I going to call for declaring dividend? Ordinary business, that's why AGM. Very good. Very attentive class I have got. Excellent. So everybody has understood. This was one of the very important concepts to make you understood. So AGM is generally for transacting ordinary business. There can be special business also in AGM, but generally these four ordinary business are transacted in AGM. But EGM में तो हमेशा ही extraordinary, extra नाम से पता लग रहा है, extraordinary general meeting, कुछ खास होने वाला. And the fifth case, if company is going to buy a new building, is going to expand its business, then it's an ordinary business or special business. Very good. Ishan, Harshita, Soumya, Mohammed, Farhan. Very good. And they have written, ma'am, special business. And now you call EGM. Clear ho gaya sabko? Now, what are the pre-requirements of a meeting? So before going for the break, we were discussing that the meeting is a term when all of the family members are sitting around the table and having a discussion. So say, for example, Sunil Kumar is a family member and he said that, listen, Mom, Dad, we are going to have a meeting at dinner table today. So now Sunil will have to send some intimation for calling a meeting. He will have to give some notice. So notice of a meeting is you're trying to inform the shareholders that, look, we are going to have a meeting. We are going to do a meeting and this is the agenda of the meeting. This is the business that we are going to discuss in this meeting. Section 102 will tell what are the cases where an explanatory statement is also to be given. So 101 specifically talks about the notice. 102 will tell us about the explanatory statement. This generally is required in case of EGM. When we do a special business, then we have to pass an explanatory statement. Now, these are the things which are to be done before the meeting. During the meeting, 103 section tells us about the quorum. What is the quorum? Minimum number of members who shall be present for the meeting. Yes, reasons for EGM is explanatory statement. Excellent. That is why we need explanatory statement to explain why EGM is going to be held. But it is not just for EGM, it is for special business. Minimum number of members is in quorum. Chairman under section 104, how the chairman will be appointed. So Sunil Kumar is holding the meeting with family members. So he said, Dad is the head of the family. He will be appointed as a chairman. Chairman is the person who convenes the meeting, who reads out the agenda. Now, Sunil Kumar's sister can't be present for this meeting. So she appoints a proxy, somebody to be present on her behalf. So that is how we learn about proxies. Everybody will be voting on certain things. Section 106 to 110. In the next class, we will be learning all these sections. Very important. So how the voting has to be done. So let's take the example. So if Mr. A was to be appointed as the class leader, so the teacher asked the students, there is a students of 50 students in a class. So teacher asked, how many of you want Mr. A to be appointed as a class leader? So students will raise their hands. So out of 50, 40 students raises their hand. And there was a voting for how many of you want Mr. B to be the class leader. Only 30 students raised their hand. So this is known as voting by show of hands. आप vote कर रहे हो किसी resolution के. I'm just trying to tell you the basic English meanings of what we are going to study in the chapter going ahead. That is about voting. Then there is resolutions. Resolutions means decisions which we'll be taking in the meetings. That we are going to understand in section 111, 14 and 117. And after the meeting, we have the minutes of the meeting. Minutes means a summary book that we made, how the meeting was held, how many members were present. That is given under section 180. How the inspection of the minute books has to be done and how the documents, e-forms are to be inspected. Everything is part of post-meeting. So generally, this is a very important question which can come as 7 marks whole of a question. What are the pre-requirements of a meeting? Sections might not be mandatory, but all these 7-8 points that we have briefly discussed can be given. Otherwise, the question can come related to a notice or to a quorum or to minutes or to proxies. All these sections are very, very important. So let's begin with extraordinary general meeting. Who is going to call the extraordinary general meeting? Board of directors will call the EGM. Shareholders की AGM कौन call कर रहा था? Shareholders have the power to call the AGM. EGM कौन call करता है? Board will call the EGM. Provided that extraordinary general meeting of a company other than wholly owned subsidiary company incorporate outside India shall be held at a place within India. Now, what is the meaning of this line? There is a company ABC Limited, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of a company incorporated in Singapore. Now, it is a wholly owned subsidiary, means Singapore company is having 100% investment in ABC Limited, which is operating in Bombay. Can this ABC Limited holds its AGM in Singapore? Law says yes. Only a company which is incorporated outside India and you are wholly owned subsidiary of that company, then you can hold your EGM outside India. Otherwise, in all other cases, EGM will be held within India only. In all other cases, EGM is always going to be held in India. Only in case of a wholly owned subsidiary company, you are allowed to hold the meeting outside India. Clear ho gaya? And board is going to call this. Number 1 point is this. Number 2 point, how will the board of directors call EGM? Board of directors are not going to have a dream that yes, tomorrow I have to call an EGM. When will they call? When they receive a requisition. Requisition का मतलब होता है request. Requisition means request. It's very important topic, children. Listen very carefully. Each and every line, section 100 is very, very important. If request is received, if company is having a share capital, company not having a share capital. If there is a company having share capital, then request shall come from at least 1/10 of the members holding paid up share capital. And if it is a company not having share capital, at least 1/10 of the total voting power. So let's brief it down. First point, board of directors will call EGM. Wholly owned subsidiary. outside India can hold EGM outside India. All other companies hold EGM inside India. Hold EGM in India. Then the next point is, how will the board hold requisition? So आपने request word नहीं याद करना, आपने requisition word ही याद करना. Requisition to be received from number one. Please speak with me, children, in the chat box. If it is a company having share capital, then how many members should be requesting for the EGM? Members holding 10% of the paid up share capital. And if it's a company not having share capital, then members holding 10% of the voting power, because उसमें share capital है ही नहीं तो voting power काम करेगी. But what is the provision to remember? At least 1/10 means 10%. Is that clear, all of you? Ishan, Shailaja, Soumya, Priyanka, very good. All of you have given the correct answer. Yes, Sumesh Singh, good. Garima, your answers are not coming. Clear हो गया, children? So these were very important points of EGM. EGM board held करेगा and request किससे आएगी? From the shareholders, 1/10 of the shareholders or 1/10 of the voting. Requisition set out the matters for consideration for which the meeting is to be called and shall be signed by the requisition and sent to the registered office. Now they're talking about the notice. So the notice for this meeting will be signed by all the requisitions. Who will sign the notice? At least 1/10 of the shareholders who are holding the share capital or 1/10 of the voting power. They will sign and they will send this notice to the RO office of the company. The board must within 20, now this is very, very important as well as very, very interesting. Now, requisitions have sent a notice that we are going to call the EGM. Now, this notice shall be sent within 21 days of receiving this notice. The board should hold the meeting. Say for example, paid up share capital निधि, PSC का short form जो मैंने लिखा था, it means paid up share capital. Yes, Harshida, 100% control if it is allowed for when you study chapter of company incorporated outside India, there we will understand this kind of provision. Okay. So if I have sent the notice on 1st October 2023, I receive a requisition from the requisitionist, then the board should hold the meeting within how many days? The board must within 21 days proceed to call the meeting. So board at least 21 days means by 22nd October 2023, board should start working on calling this meeting. Clear? So what will board of directors do? Board of directors will send the notice to the members that come, we have received a request from the requisitionist. Now we're going to call the meeting. And now this board shall call the meeting within 45 days from the date of such requisition. Means 45 days from 1st October कितना होगा? जल्दी बताओ. 31st, 30 days हो गए, 15th. So by 15th November 2023, board should call the meeting. So within 45 days, the meeting has to be called. But within 21 days, by 22nd of October, he should send the notice for calling this meeting. And 15th November तक meeting हो जानी चाहिए. Are you understanding? So any EGM which is being called by the board, within 21 days, he will call this meeting. And the meeting should have been called within 45 days. So these are two very, very important days, 21 days and 45 days. If the board does not call this meeting, board भूल गया, board ने meeting नहीं call करी, 21 days में 45 days also passed, then the meeting will be called by the requisitionists themselves within a period of 3 months from the date of request. So हमारी date क्या थी request डालने की? 1st October 2023 को 1/10 of the shareholders या 1/10 of the voting power वाले members ने रिक्वेस्ट डाली थी कि मीटिंग करो. ना ही 22 अक्टूबर तक नोटिस गया, ना ही 15 नवंबर तक मीटिंग हुई. नाउ विद इन अ पीरियड ऑफ 3 months, अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर, 31 दिसंबर 2023 तक रिक्वेजिशनिस्ट, ये वाले जो 1/10 वाले थे, they can themselves call the meeting. They can themselves call the meeting. Within a period of 3 months from the date of requisition, they can call the meeting. Meeting by the requisitionist shall be called and held in the same meeting as if it is the meeting called by the board. So now board has failed to call the meeting, so they themselves are calling the meeting. It will be considered, जैसे 97-98 में tribunal was calling the meeting, it was considered as if it is the meeting held under section 96. Here, if the requisitionists are calling the meeting, it will be considered as the meeting is held by the board itself. Now, whatever expenses have been incurred by the requisitionist in calling the meeting, they shall be reimbursed by the company, and whatever were the expenses, they will be deducted from the director's remuneration. अब ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? Who was supposed to call the meeting? Who was supposed to call EGM? Answer me. किसको EGM कॉल करनी थी रिक्वेस्ट आने पर? बोर्ड को करनी थी. कितनी देर में करनी थी? 21 days में स्टार्ट करनी थी एंड कंप्लीट करनी थी विद इन 45 days. फेयर इनफ? क्लियर है? बोर्ड फेल्ड, देन requisitionists themselves will call meeting in how much time? 3 months time period. Now, who was supposed to call the meeting? Board was supposed to call the meeting, and now requisitionists are calling. So who will bear the expenses? Who will bear the expense? The board should only bear the expense, no? To be deducted from board of directors salary. उनकी सैलरी में से remuneration कह लो या salary कह लो, one and the same thing. The expenses will be deducted from the salary of board of directors. Is that clear? Simplified. Have you understood EGM? Is it now easy for you? Let's have a quick recap what we have done so far. Board will call EGM, request will be received, 1/10 of the shareholders or 1/10 of the voting power, notice will be sent, signed by all the requisitionists and will be sent at the hour. Within 21 days of receiving the notice, board shall proceed and call the meeting within 45 days. And now, if board does not call within a period of 3 months, requisitionist will call. It will be considered as the meeting held by board. And MCQ में क्या question आएगा? Who will bear the expenses of the meeting incurred by requisitionists themselves? Tell me, who is going to bear the expenses? Expenses will be borne by the company. Yes, Ishan, it means minimum 21 to maximum 45 days they should call it. It will be deducted from BOD salary. Absolutely correct. Harshita, Priyansha, Ishan, Soumya, Teleja, all of you. Very good. Well done. Aman, very nice. So calling of EGM by requisitionists requires at least 21 days clear notice to be given. Now what happens is we have not done notice under section 101. So when I do notice with you under section 101, there I will explain you what is the meaning of this 21 days clear notice. Because any meeting, if I'm calling, notice has to be sent in writing or electronic modes at least 21 days prior to calling of this meeting. Notice will tell me the date, time, place, and hour of the meeting. So like in our example, Sunil Kumar was holding the meeting with parents. So he will tell that, Papa, Amma, we want to meet for the meeting at 8 p.m. This meeting is to discuss my CA intermediate law subject studies, how I'm going to plan for that. And it will be held on Thursday at 8 p.m. So all this date, time, place, and it will be held at the dining room. So you have to tell now where you're going to conduct the meeting. So that is how you frame your notice. Similarly, for any company, you will have to specify date, time, place, hour of the meeting, and it shall contain all the details of the business to be conducted. Sunil Kumar says, yes, ma'am, I will do that. Good. So are you understanding? So when we take these kind of routine examples, we visualize ourselves holding a meeting, sending a notice. So it becomes very, very easy to learn law also in simpler language. Okay. Date, time, place, hour of the meeting shall be contained, and what business are we going to conduct in this meeting. Requisitioners should convene the meeting at the RO where RO is situated, and such meeting should be done at any day other than national holiday. अब जो प्रोविजंस हमने एजीएम में पढ़ी थी सेम है डेट टाइम प्लेस को लेकर सेम प्रोविजंस. नेशनल हॉलिडे मीन संडे को हो सकती है मीटिंग बट 15th अगस्त 26 जनवरी एंड 2nd अक्टूबर को नहीं हो सकती. If the resolution which is to be proposed is special resolution, then the notice will be given under 114. Now again, ma'am, we don't know what is 114. So this point of notice will get clear when we do 101. This point of special notice will get clear when we do section 114. तो अभी के लिए इसको एस्ट्रिक करके मार्क करके रख लेना. To be done in the next lectures. Very good, Priyanka Pandey. If you are setting a timetable for yourself and preparing, that's wonderful. Notice shall be signed by all the requisitionists. No explanatory statement needs to be annexed. They may disclose the reasons for the resolutions for which they propose to move the meeting. Now, this line is very, very interesting, as well as have certain case laws on this. It says you can disclose the reasons in EGM. Whenever you're calling an EGM, you can tell them that this is what we are going to do. For example, you are talking about removal of a director. So children, quickly tell me, removal of a director is ordinary business or special business? Jaldi batao. Removal of a director is ordinary business or special business? Special business है, EGM conduct होगी. Up, if I send a notice to the requisitionist that I am going to, notice में मैं क्या लिखूंगी? Date, time, place, and this is the business to be transacted, means we are going to discuss, let's remove Mr. A as the director of the company. Now, when the requisitionist send this notice, do you think I have to tell them the reasons also why he needs to be removed? सोच के देखो, अगर मैंने नोटिस में ही रीजन बता दिया तो फिर मीटिंग किस लिए कर रहे हैं? They may disclose the reasons, but it is not compulsory to tell the reasons within the notice itself. It is not necessary to tell the reason in the notice itself. Let's see a very important case law on this related to the subject, related to the topic. Yes, explanatory statement जब 102 पढ़ेंगे तब समझेंगे, अभी नहीं हमने देखना explanatory statement. Okay, so we have done 92, 93, all these sections. Now we are doing this general meetings, class meetings. अच्छा, ये इसके बारे में बाद में बताऊंगी. अभी we are doing section 100. Where is section 100? EGM. See why they have explained you notice first so that you understand the notice. But since we have started with EGM, so we will do first EGM and then we will go back to the notice and quorum. Section 96 हमने सारे कर लिए थे examples बच्चा ये. Then we did section 99. Now we are doing EGM. Board of Directors will call on the request. Board of Directors on its own can also call. Specified IFSC public company को बहुत सारी exemptions मिलती हैं, तो keep reading wherever it is written. They will be exempted provided they have not. What happened to the page? All right. EGM other than wholly owned subsidiary should be held at any place within India. I told you if you're a wholly owned company, then you can hold it outside. बाय बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स 1/10 वाला हो गया. रिक्वेजिशनर्स देमसेल्व्स, ये सबको क्लियर है. 45 days, 21 days. आई होप यू हैव मार्क्ड इन योर स्टडी आल्सो. एक्सपेंसेस विल बी रिकवर्ड फ्रॉम, यहाँ साइड पे लिख लेना. Expenses will be recovered from the director's salary. Members may request the extraordinary general meeting by providing an electronic, यहाँ पे लिख देना साइड पे. This is talking about the notice which is to be given. Same 101 provisions we will refer over here. Here we will refer to 114, but these are the same provisions of section 96. No explanatory statement under 102 will be needed if the requisitionists have disclosed the reasons. Notice shall be given to those members whose name appear in the register of members within 3 days. Very important line. अब वो कहते हैं नोटिस किस किस को देना है. जो हम 21 days क्लियर नोटिस अंडर सेक्शन 101 देने जा रहे हैं, वो नोटिस किसको देना है? Whosoever's name appear in the register of members 3 days prior to settlement. सो जिनका भी नाम अपेयर हो रहा है रजिस्टर ऑफ मेंबर्स में. रजिस्टर ऑफ मेंबर्स कहाँ था? MGT 1 में था. सो उन सबको हमने नोटिस देना है जिनका 3 दिन पहले हम नाम चेक करेंगे. रिक्विजिशनर्स जो भी मेंबर्स हैं उस दिन उन सबको नोटिस भेजना. बट इफ द रिक्विजिशनर्स आर कॉलिंग द मीटिंग, then the concerned company is bound to give the list of the members on the 21st day of receiving the ballot requisition. So I told you, if board did not call the meeting, requisitionists are calling the meeting, then they have to give them the list of the members on the 21st day. So 1st October the notice was served. So 22nd October को जितने भी members हैं उस company के, वो list company will have to give to the requisitionists before the expiry of 45 days. So again that 21 to 45 days वाला period list में cover होगा, but notice जो भेजना है the company, the notice that the company is sending, it shall be sending within 3 days prior. Notice can be sent by speed post or registered post. Any accidental omission, the member will not be validating the procedure. Now, what happened in this case? Members of Blue Move Peacock Appliances Private Limited, holding more than 1/10 of the voting power, requested the board to call a general meeting on 14th July. However, directors did not pay any heed to this requisition. Therefore, no general meeting was called. कब आया notice request? कब आई है? 14 July. Discuss the consequences of not calling the meeting. So, what is the date, children? Frame an answer by yourself and give me in the chat. What should be the correct answer? Now, if the request has been received, what is the process? Board shall call within 21 days and maximum 45 days meeting हो जानी चाहिए. This can be done. If they fail to do that, then within 3 months, they can call the meeting. Accordingly, the requisitionist can call and hold the general meeting within a period of 3 months since the board has not inclined to call. So it is not necessary in the exam that you start writing what day in it falls. Yes, writing 21 days, 45 days is enough. Telling them that within a period of 3 months, they will call is enough. And then you conclude that yes, now the company, the requisitionist, should proceed for calling the meeting by themselves. सबको समझ आ गया? Illustration 15. Any doubts, children? Anyone having any doubts? All right. Illustration 16. Board of Directors of Vishnu Orchids Limited, a company having its RO in New Delhi, did not proceed to call the meeting despite of the requisition received. The requisitioner decided to call the meeting in Madrid, Spain on 2nd October. Can they do that? Can they call the meeting outside India? Keeping in facts of the case, the meeting cannot be proposed to be held by the requisitionist. Requisitionist should hold the meeting at the RO or in the same city if it is situated, and just the day of the hold of meeting should not be a national holiday. Since they are holding the meeting on 2nd of October, which is a national holiday, so it is not acceptable. So 2 provisions they have covered. One, you are trying to hold the meeting in Spain. No, you cannot hold unless and until you are wholly owned subsidiary company. You cannot hold the meeting outside India, and you cannot hold the meeting on national holiday. रिक्वेजिशन मैम हिंदी में समझा दीजिए. निधि, हिंदी में रिक्वेजिशन का मतलब होता है किसने रिक्वेस्ट डाली. अब जैसे मैं आपकी कंपनी में हूं और मैं 1/10 शेयर कैपिटल होल्ड करती हूँ, तो मैं बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स को रिक्वेस्ट डाल सकती हूँ कि हमें कुछ बिजनेस ट्रांजेक्ट करना है, प्लीज आप हमारी मीटिंग करें। तो एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी जनरल मीटिंग के लिए जो रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं उनको बोलते हैं रिक्वेजिशनिस्ट। अगर कंपनी हैविंग शेयर कैपिटल है तो 10% शेयर होल्डिंग जिसके पास है वो रिक्वेस्ट कर सकता है। कंपनी नॉट हैविंग शेयर कैपिटल है तो आपके 10% ऑफ दी वोटिंग राइट कर सकते। यस यस प्रियंका पांडे, एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट, देन यू कैन। यस Priyanshi, then you could have. So quickly answer me, can we hold the AGM of a company on Sunday? Yes or no? Can I hold the meetings outside the business hours at 12 midnight? Can I hold the meeting at a place other than registered office of the company? It's AGM and it's unlisted company. Can I hold unlisted company, hold its AGM? Yes, with 100% consent of the members, it can. Okay. If I want to declare dividend, what kind of business I am transacting and what meeting needs to be called? Nice, Neha, good. Sunil, Almas, Ishan, Harshita, AGM, ordinary business. If I'm planning to close, Sumesh saying very good, correct answers. Sumesh Singh is saying I have a query in section 96. Okay, Sumesh, please type your query. If I want to close a major business branch which is in Dubai, what kind of business it is? Special business. So what I need to call? EGM. How is EGM called? Who will convene EGM? Very good, Naina, board of directors. On the request received from, if the company is not having share capital. मिस सौम्य सिंह मैम प्लीज एक्सप्लेन 3 days पॉइंट। कौन सा बेटा 3 days पॉइंट? कितने सारे हमने करे? किस सेक्शन की बात कर रहे हो सौम्या बच्चा? 10% ऑफ वोटिंग राइट्स को। वेरी नाइस, एक्सीलेंट। एंड इफ board of directors fail to call the meeting within maximum period of 45 days, then what will happen? Then requisitionist will call the meeting or nothing will happen? What will happen? Tell me. Within 3 months of the requisition, they will call the meeting. Yes, Sumesh, what is your doubt in section 96? Please feel free to ask. Call the meeting, recover the expenses. Very nice, Priyanka. Shailaja, Sneha, Soumya, Nidhi. Very good, very good. Nidhi, section 97 में बेटा क्या नहीं समझ आया? Please ask. Priyanshi has written, ma'am, I enjoyed today's session. That's great. Okay, anyone having any doubts, please, you can raise your hands or you can speak or you can ask. Yes, Nidhi. Yes, Nidhi, please speak. Nidhi, you want to ask something? Please speak, bacha.
गुड
Yes,
इवनिंग मैम।
yes, good evening.
मैम ये पावर ऑफ ट्राइब्यूनल टू कॉल एनुअल जनरल मीटिंग 97 जो सेक्शन है उसमें मतलब किस मतलब मीटिंग को अगर ऑर्गेनाइज करेंगे तो उसके लिए ट्राइब्यूनल का मतलब क्या यूज है वो थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन कर देती।
ट्राइब्यूनल क्यों होल्ड कर रहा है मीटिंग, ये पूछना चाह रहे हो बेटा?
यस मैम, ट्राइब्यूनल ऐसा क्यों?
ओके निधि, मैं आपको हिंदी में बताती हूँ। म्यूट योर सेल्फ। कंपनी की जरूरत है साल में एक बारी एनुअल जनरल मीटिंग करनी होती है। अब सेक्शन 97 में क्या पावर दी है कि अगर कंपनी नहीं करती है एनुअल जनरल मीटिंग, कंपनी बहुत व्यस्त है अपने काम में और वो मीटिंग ही करना भूल गई, सेक्शन 96 फॉलो ही नहीं करा उसने, तो एक मेंबर है मिस्टर ए या कोई भी एक मेंबर डायरेक्टर है, वो ट्राइब्यूनल के पास जाकर एप्लीकेशन देता है, कंप्लेंट करता है कि हम तो चाहते थे कि हमें ये मीटिंग करनी चाहिए और इन्होंने कंपनी ने मीटिंग नहीं करी, तो ट्राइब्यूनल एक कोर्ट होता है हमारी कंपनी। सो हम कहते हैं कि कोर्ट प्लीज हमारी मदद कीजिए। तो सेक्शन 97 में ट्राइब्यूनल को पावर दी गई है कि आप ये मीटिंग करवा सकते हैं। तो ट्राइब्यूनल ऑर्डर पास करेगा कि इस दिन आपकी मीटिंग है, कंपनी को नोटिस देगा, आप सब आइए और मीटिंग हो। सेक्शन 97 कहते हैं जिस दिन उसने नोटिस कहा है, सपोज 7 अक्टूबर 2023 को उसने ट्राइब्यूनल ने कहा कि आप आना, उस दिन अगर एक मेंबर भी आ जाता है ना, तो मान लिया जाएगा कि मीटिंग होगी। हम वेट नहीं करेंगे सारा कोरम फॉर्म करने की। अब कोरम क्या है वो तो हमने पढ़ा ही नहीं है, वो तो हम पढ़ेंगे ना आगे के सेक्शन। बट वो कहते हैं कि अगर एक इंसान भी आ जाएगा तो मान लिया जाएगा कि मीटिंग कंडक्ट हो जाएगी उसी में ही, और ऐसा माना जाएगा कि आपने एनुअल जनरल मीटिंग कर ली अंडर सेक्शन 97। ओके, क्लियर निधि? ओके, गुड। प्रियंका सेज मैम डे वन पर डर लग रहा था कैसे लिखेंगे, बट अब याद हो रहा है और लिख भी रहे हैं। थैंक यू प्रियंका, आई एम सो ग्लैड टू रीड दिस। ट्राइब्यूनल कोर्ट का नाम होता है, यस यस, जैसे हाई कोर्ट होता है ऐसी कंपनीज का कोर्ट होता है एनसीएट। Jandra is asking, not necessary to hold AGM in the year of incorporation. That is different or not? Exam. Yes, yes. It is not necessary to hold it in the year of incorporation. Okay. In that year. Clear? All right. Any doubts, children? We have well completed our syllabus on time. Whatever was planned for today's syllabus is still there. Section 101 we'll be starting. Anything else you want to ask? Anyone wants to ask any doubts you have, children? Thank you, Sneha Chawla. I'm glad you're finding it easy. So that's nice. Good. You can raise your hands if you have any doubts. Yes, Nidhi.
मैम अगर नेशनल हॉलीडे रहेगा तो वहां पे हम जनरल मीटिंग को क्या करेंगे, मतलब वो नहीं होगा वहाँ पे?
नहीं कर सकते, एक्सेप्ट
मैम
नेशनल हॉलीडे मीन्स नेशनल हॉलीडे वाले दिन मीटिंग नहीं हो सकती है, वो 3 दिन।
अच्छा 3 दिन मैम, मतलब कंपलसरी है कि सिर्फ नेशनल डे के लिए, कि मतलब संडे हो गया या फिर
संडे
ऐसा? अच्छा
आप मुझे 3 दिन बताओ कौन से है नेशनल हॉलीडे के।
मैम ये 2 अक्टूबर है और रिपब्लिक डे है और इंडिपेंडेंस डे है।
तो ये नेशनल हॉलीडे है ना, अगर इस दिन कर रहे हो तो नहीं है। बट अगर आप संडे को कर रहे हो, उन्होंने तो मना नहीं ना करा आपको संडे को करने में,
जी
तो आप
मैम।
संडे को मीटिंग कर सकते
ओके मैम, थैंक यू मैम। एक्सेप्ट 3 days।
हो। यस।
ओके थैंक यू मैम।
All right. Thank you so much, Priyanka. I'm glad your fear of law has gone. You should never fear from law. Okay. All right. Thank you, Naina. Now I can only see thank you messages floating. If director retire, if removal. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely, Shan. Your understanding is 100% correct. All right. Thank you, Almas. Thank you, Rajveer. Thank you, Naina. Please go through all the provisions. Whatever questions you can do from the module, try doing them. Okay, and also try to do all the MCQs given in the module. Any more doubts, children, or we shall wind up the session? If you have any doubts, I'm here for 2-3 minutes more. You can ask me. All right. Thank you, Priyanshi. Sumesh, you did not send your query for section 96. I was waiting for that. Yes, Bear Act definitely helps Harshada, but you should refer to whatever is given in your study material. Okay, so Mesh Singh is asking 15 months query. Okay, so two AGMs, the gap between the two AGMs should not be more than 15 months. So within 15 months, second AGM ho jana chahiye. This is what Samesh it is trying to tell. All right. So thank you, students. Thank you so much. It was wonderful teaching all of you and looking forward to meet you in the next class. Till then, please revise till section 100. Thank you so much. Hanji sir, students are done with it.